The rush of the wind filling your senses, you open up the navigation map to check your current position and heading. In the eastern region of the sea, there is supposed to be an island with a maiden living on it. However, the present look of the skies makes it clear that those waters will soon be battered by a storm. You could still turn back now if you so choose. You change the ship's course to steer well clear of the storm. You come across a masked youth, fallen in the depths of the forest. Sunlight filters through the trees and partially illuminates her form. Though you and your allies dig a modest grave for her and then leave the place. You spot a young woman with a familiar face. Timidly, you ask, "Krim?" She fixes you with a sharp gaze, as if to say, "Don't talk to me." You spot a woman. She offers a tender smile and says, "I am the maiden. Is there something I might aid you with?" The skies have an ominous cast. You decide to head for the East Isle. In the shadows of a rocky reef, there seems to be a good place to moor the ship. It would behoove you to prepare for the coming storm. The Bon Vent creaks, swaying atop the tempestuous seas. You and your companions huddle in the ship's cabin, the dim light of your lantern threatening to fade at any moment as you all wait. Laddie is wrapped tightly in a blanket, looking much like a large caterpillar. Your joke that the ship might sink seems to have frightened her. You don't see Lack around, but it is likely trapped inside the blanket, having fallen prey to Laddie's squeezing hug. The ship lurches. A book falls from Laddie's pack and lands on the floor near you. It's the picture book she made, the one you peeked in back at the grotto. Having evidently learned nothing from last time, you decide to take another look in the book. As you turn the pages once again, you come to realize what the book actually is. At first you thought it was just a picture book, but the first half of it actually appears to be Laddie's own diary. It's full of passages which detail Laddie's life when she was little. A time when she still dreamed of becoming a maiden. Another day, Another round of maiden training. Dad is always there to encourage me when I do a good job, so no matter how tough it gets, I can handle it. I decided I'd head straight home once I finished, since Mom was waiting for me. If I train super hard, all the other villagers will be happy with me. I have to keep these people smiling. I have to become the maiden. Mom's the current maiden of our village, and she's a great cook and an awesome person. She's been making tons of really delicious food lately. The food tastes so good, and when I start shoveling it into my mouth, forgetting to even chew it, Mom warns me, "Slow down so you..." And then Dad calls me a piggy, even though he always eats more than me. I wish we could be happy like this forever. If I become the maiden and protect the village, will my family be able to stay together like this forever? I get really worried and ask my parents about it. Dad gives me a gentle nod. But for some reason, Mom doesn't say anything. Mom hasn't come home in a couple of days. Dad told me she left on a journey with the spirit. I know what Mom did was really important, but for some reason, I can't stop crying about it. Ever since Mom disappeared, my training has been going bad. Really bad. If something doesn't change, I'm not going to be able to become the maiden. I won't be able to protect the village like Mom did. I leave the shrine to go home, when suddenly a young man from town bumps into me. Pain in the ass. His voice is irritated, and he walks away without apologizing. Ever since my training started to go badly, the villagers have been mean to me. I know it's my fault. I know it's because I can't become the maiden. Not even Dad supports me anymore. He hasn't come to watch my training in a long time. I think he might hate me now. I've got to work harder so Dad will like me again. Dad took me on a boat to a small island. We went ashore, and then he locked me up in a dark room. Dad abandoned me. No matter how many times I tell myself it's my own fault, I just can't stop. I sob and scream for him to come back. But he doesn't. And eventually, I can't cry or shout any longer. A sudden wave rocks the ship, tearing your eyes away from the diary. In the lantern-lit cabin, Laddie is fast asleep, still wrapped up in her blanket. You think back upon the first day you found her, collapsed on the shore of Omega Isle. Had she just escaped from the islet where she had been confined and wound up drifting ashore? Now aware of the painful memories spelled out in her diary, your heart wavers like the light sputtering in the lantern. You and your friends have managed to weather the storm. The sea's now calmed. You raise sails and set the Bon Vent's course for the East Isle. Fortune favors the bold. After vanquishing the beast, you peer inside the chest. Upon closer inspection, you see a name carved into the metal. You recognize it as the name of a luxury passenger vessel that suddenly vanished long ago. You tuck the key away in your bag. You discover a shipwreck. You climb aboard and begin searching for anything useful. When you return to your vessel, the shipwreck sinks silently into the sea. rod bends sharply. Something's putting up a fight. A fish, Laddie smiles bashfully upon seeing you admire her catch. The whole party shall eat well tonight. Ahoy, matey! A giant whirlpool impedes your path. Looking closely, you can see several sea monsters playing in the swell. You stand atop the deck and yell obscenities at the monsters. They immediately charge at you, angered that you spoiled their fun. And fight. magnificent. Just as the monsters disappear, so does the whirlpool, and the sea calms. You discover a shipwreck. You climb aboard and begin searching for anything useful. You all gasp when you see the name on the ship's hull. It's the same name as the luxury passenger vessel that suddenly vanished long ago. You take the scratched-up key from your bag and insert it into the cabin's keyhole. The heavy door opens, squeaking loudly on its rusty hinges. Not a moment later, a foul odor from within the cabin hits. You have a bad feeling about the place, so you tell your comrades to stay outside while you venture in alone. Upon entering, you see countless corpses upon the ground, but no signs of a struggle. It looks as though they all... You surmise that the whirlpool generated by those monsters stranded their ship here, and before long, they ran out of food. One of the corpses, no more than a skeleton now, cradles a baby in its arms. You kneel beside the bones and offer a silent prayer. When you open your eyes, you notice something at your feet. Laddie's worried visage greets you as you emerge from the cabin. You give her a grandiose grin and tell her that you found something incredible. Laddie responds with a smile of her own, relief clear in her eyes. You bid farewell to the decaying vessel and resume your original journey. When you return to your vessel, the shipwreck sinks silently into the sea. Fight him off. I don't know what it is. Ah, the great open... Don't hold back. Magnificent. Fortune favors the bold. Good work. And fight. Magnificent. Magnificent. You discover a shipwreck. You climb aboard and begin searching for anything useful. When you return to your vessel, the shipwreck sinks silently into the sea. Fight 'em off. And fight. A ship devoid of any people floats in the shallows. Curious, you approach to get a closer look. Suddenly, a man jumps from the water near the ship with great vigor. The man immediately puts a question to your group. Have you any shiny round stones? The man's hobby, as it happens, is collecting beautiful round stones. He spends his days diving into the sea searching for them. Muttering to himself about round, shiny, beautiful stones, he dives back under the water. A fisherman aboard his boat is calling for help to go crab fishing. It's quite well known that fishing for crabs is a rich. You'll be paid handsomely if we land our haul, the fisherman coaxes. As soon as you agree to help, the fisherman instructs you. Pull up one of those nets, will you? Amongst a tangle of seaweed and fry, you spot a crab leg. A shell crab is caught. The shell crab threatens you with a foam of bubbles from its mouth. It's ready for a fight. Fight him off. Yikes. Fortune favors the bold. You caught a big one. Impressed, the fisherman hands you your reward. excuse me. You can't go. And fight. Nope. Stop right there. And fight. Magnificent. Fortune favors the bold. Excellent. Fortune favors the bold. Don't hold back.